Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from High Branch Brewing Company out of Concord, North Carolina. This beer, you probably goes across and then here. So it's Boss Woman. Um, they did do a Imperial Stout series with adjuncts called Boss Man, and they did a couple versions of that. It's the first time they did Boss Woman. I'm not really sure if there's a difference in the base other than they just changed the name. I don't know. Um, this is an Imperial Stout with cacao nibs, coconut, and vanilla beans. It is 11.4 ABV. And it specifically says thick, THICC, which is odd. I mean, I love High Branch, but I don't know. I don't like breweries describing the beer like that on their can. Like, it's up to the consumer to decide if it's their level of likeness. I don't know. I just think it's weird to if you want to make the beer like that, that's fine, but don't play into the hype of like that's what everyone wants. I just think it's odd, but anyways, yeah, I have not had this yet. This came out while I was in Pittsburgh, but luckily they did a an online sale, so I was able to grab some, and so I've not had this yet. And I'm drinking out of my handy dandy High Range glass that has a bunch of their labels, can labels on it, which is awesome. And I have heard from several people that this is one of the better stouts that has come out of Charlotte. So I'm looking forward to it. So it doesn't appear very carbonated. That's fine with me. I really don't mind that. It does look pretty viscous. You can see it's there's a as I just whisk it around a little bit, pretty dark beige to tan head, and you can see on the like with all the glass names on, or sorry, the gold names on the glass. This is a very, very, very dark beer. Wow. That is a lot of chocolate and a lot of vanilla. And I get some coconut there too, but the chocolate's not like Hershey syrup. It's like dark chocolate fudge. There's almost like a little like confectioner sugar in banana. There's something in this aroma that's reminding me of what's the beer from Salud? The banana coconut one, Banana Keys. And maybe it's the coconut. That would make sense. But there's something in this that's reminding me that in the banana in that. I don't know. We'll see. Um, yeah, that is definitely thick as fuck. Uh, so I'm not gonna hate on them for putting that on the can because that is definitely true. Uh, and it does make sense because I know people want that. Uh, See, it's almost like a mind fuck to me because it is really thick, but other than the chocolate, the vanilla and the coconut, they're present, but they're not super dominant. Um, and it actually has like a really nice wash of roasty bitterness in the back end. Um, and if it didn't have that, then I would. This would be way too sweet for me, and I just wouldn't want to drink it. Um, but it's just odd because so many of these super thick, under attenuated adjunct beers, they're just sweet through and through. It's not like sweet with a nice balancing roasty bitterness. They're just sweet. This actually is really balanced, which is cool. It's almost like a weird thing to me because I'm so used to when something is this thick, is it, of it being like intensely sweet, and it is still. It's sweet, but it's balanced. So it's sweet and bitter. It's not just sweet. So that's what makes it keeps it drinkable for me. It's definitely not like dry by any means. But going beyond that, as far as the flavor, there's a lot of like I said, it's definitely roasty, but I think some of the bitterness is coming from the cacao nibs. I don't think it's all just roasted malt, uh, which I love. I mean, it's a lot of dark chocolate and roast. The the that's like mostly in the back end. The front end is you get the vanilla and the coconut. Neither one is super dominant. Um, I would say I probably could or would guess that they were both in there, but it's not. You know, if I guessed that and then someone said, "Oh, there's not coconut in this or there's not vanilla in this," I wouldn't be like that shocked. Yeah, there's something in this that is still reminding me of that banana keys. It must be something with the coconut and the booze, and but it's something that's coming off to me as almost banana, which is weird. But it's not like estery, like Hefeweizen. It's not like that because that would just be weird, and I wouldn't want that. Uh, yeah, I don't know. This is really good. Um, it's hard for me to say if I like this better than the Summer Body. So I liked the regular version of Summer Body better than uh, I think that's what it's called. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I think there was the one where they did like four different variants. I think it's Summer Body, but I like the base version of that better than all of the variants, just because I thought it was such a good base beer. And this really makes me think that they took that base and just tweaked a little bit, because this is right in that same range. I think that it was between 11 and 12. But this does seem like a little less attenuated, a little sweeter, a little thicker. But I think they also reined in the adjuncts too. um, yeah, I mean, if TJ's really pushing towards being competitive with like the big giant adjunct stout makers, this is a really good start. I would say I wouldn't like this better, but if you're trying to appeal to the people who like this style the most, the really sweet stouts the most, I would say you have to. I don't really think you have to boost the alcohol because this is already super viscous. But you got to like double the additives in this because it's just the vanilla and the coconut's just not that present. I have no problem with that. I actually think that makes for a much better beer, and I prefer that dark fudgy chocolate over vanilla. Definitely, I do like coconut, but as long as it tastes natural and it's not like just coconut water, then I do like coconut a lot. Vanilla, not as much. If it was just like dark chocolate and coconut, I would be all for that, and that's one of the reasons why I love Twice as Lonely from Resident Culture because it's tons of dark chocolate and coconut. This is really pushing towards that level. So, I imagine TJ probably thinks the same thing. Uh, that I can already tell that he's a perfectionist because they constantly get better and better. And even I've asked him about things, and he seems to not. I don't want to say not like it, but it's just not where he wants it to be, even if it's already a good product. Which is to me is great because that's where I would be if I was a brewer. Even if I knew it was definitely good enough to sell and I like drinking it, I would still think it's not where I want it. I want it to get better and better and better. But I have a feeling even he realizes that this is a big leap from most of the other stuff that they've done. If he's really pushing towards that audience. And to be honest, I get that breweries in same cities are friends and all that, but you can't take out the fact that they're competitors. They're competitors. Some people might go to one and not the other. I go to both because they're both really good, but the average person might just go to one or the other. And even if they're friends with each other, at the end of the day, they're competitors, and I think this is definitely keeping up with some of the recent stuff that Resident Culture's done, and it's well beyond any stouts that anyone else is doing in Charlotte, for sure, other than Resident Culture. Yeah, the more I drink it, I think the coconut is muted because the vanilla is actually bigger than I realized at first. Um, I wish they would like double the coconut and then cut the vanilla in half, and I think this would be fucking outstanding. Yeah, I drank this now because I wanted to drink it before Christmas because I wanted to decide if I was going to bring this to share with people in Pittsburgh. And these types of things I like to open fresh because I know those flavors fall off. I'm definitely bringing one of these to share. I think people will appreciate it. Uh, yeah, and it's really good beer. Definitely a buy for me. They weren't open this weekend due to some circumstances. So I heard they still have cans of this. I'm going to try to get out there as soon as they open next week to try to grab one or two more because this is really, really tasty stuff. Definitely look out for this. And I actually am going to send this to some national people in a little Facebook group I'm in. And I was going to send it without even tasting it because I had heard from so many people that I trusted it was really good. But now that I did drink one, I'm even more excited to send it and see what they think because I think it's a really great beer. So it's another great beer from High Branch. No surprise there. Definitely a buy for me. But that's all I got in this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. And I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.